Hello, my name is Nana Maseo Osei. I'm an MSc Bioethics candidate at the School of Public Health, University of Ghana. In this video, I'm going to talk about the role of bioethicists in ensuring that the issues with food systems in Africa are solved by 2063. Africa's food system is in crisis, stemming from malnutrition, high prevalence of non-communicable diseases, and food insecurity. Despite producing food, many Africans, especially smallholder farmers, cannot afford to eat well. When I say eating well, these farmers are the ones producing foods, but all these foods are being sent out to people with high financial capacity to purchase, leaving these farmers to sell all out just to get their finances in place. And they end up feeding on staples like grains, increasing their consumption of these carbohydrates, leaving out the healthy, nutritious foods that they cultivate. Our current food system is harming both people and the planet. Now, let's talk about planetary health. Issues with how bad farming practices is affecting climate change is on the rise, especially in Africa, and there is a need for us to rise to action. Now, this is where bioethics comes in. When we talk about bioethics, the four principles that we hold on to are the principle of autonomy, beneficence, non-maleficence, and justice. Now, how do these four principles come in play when we want to talk about how we can help solve food crisis issues in Africa? First of all, with justice, I believe it's unjust for a place like Africa with a high population of farmers to still suffer food insecurity. Why should food be produced in our country, yet majority of these food sometimes go out to companies that can afford them at higher prices, leaving even not just the farmers, but people that do not have high financial status to be unable to purchase this food. Majority of the population in Africa are feeding on junk foods as well as sugar sweetened beverages, which are all detrimental to their health. In the space of public health ethics, we can talk about food as a social determinant of health. Yes, food is a social determinant of health because what we consume goes a long way to affect our health. Now, the role of bioethicists is to ensure that we amplify this aspect of food because it's a very important part in our health system. Our role as bioethicists also goes into environmental ethics. Now, I mentioned planetary health, and this is where environmental ethics comes in place. Someone might be wondering, how does food have a correlation with our environment? Some bad farming practices that we use in cultivating our crops can affect the environment greatly. Now we see the issues of climate matters in Africa rising. And this is where we must ensure as bioethicists that as we produce food, we also protect our environment. Bioethicists have an important role to play by advocating for policy reforms and also empowering inclusive decision making. Our future does not only depend on what we grow, but how we grow, who decides, and who benefits. Bioethicists must rise to the challenge because food is not just fuel, but food is a matter of justice. I hope this video has enlightened you about who bioethicists are and has also thrown more light on the role we can play in ensuring a good food system by 2063 in Africa. Thank you.